what is up? Welcome to my channel. Here we recently did a name change from Car Tech to Broken Cars Garage, as I thought it was much more fitting for my luck with cars. Good news is the Z is up and running, and I will hopefully be posting some content of that here shortly. We're going through tuning and whatnot as of now, so stay tuned for that. But back to today's topic of discussion is the Tomei exhaust for the Nissan 350Z mainly. I will go through the pros and cons of the exhaust, give you my personal opinion of the exhaust, as if you give a shit, and let you continue on with your day. So let's waste a few minutes of your time and get right into it. Let's start off with the pros of the Tomei. The weight savings is the first one that I'm going to name here. The Y-back portion of this exhaust comes in at only about 13 pounds compared to the 46 pounds of the stock muffler and mid-pipe. And we took this info given to us right off of the Tomei website. They did the favor in telling us the weight difference, so I will just convert that to pounds. And comes out to a 33-pound difference. If we compare the Y-pipe weight as well, using the information off their website, there's a nice 11 pounds weight saving, given roughly 16 pounds of the stock one versus 5 pounds of the titanium. Overall, some solid weight savings with about 44 pounds added up altogether. The second one I'm going to list here is going to be the power gains, kinda. I won't be the first or last to say that a naturally aspirated VQ isn't going to pick up a whole lot of power from an exhaust. However, we typically see averages of about 10 horsepower all throughout the power band. And I mean, if you've given the over $1,000 spent for 10 horsepower is really not great. And considering pretty much any exhaust that's going to free up the restricted air is going to give you horsepower. It's all about sound, really, is what you're getting out of this. But if you compare that with the weight savings, the Tomei, so you get solid weight savings and you get a little bit of horsepower gain, it is pretty good, not gonna lie. The third pro we're gonna grant to the almighty Tomei is going to be the aesthetics / build quality. I couldn't find a whole lot of information as far as build quality, other than it is made of titanium and it does have some very nice pie looking welds. They do have the burnt style titanium on there with the blue and whatnot in it. It is a very great looking exhaust, and the pie welds look amazing for when you may see them. The last pro we're going to be giving to the Tomei is going to be the bragging rights of having a Tomei. Well done, you have achieved the Tomei stature in the VQ community and have the most well-known exhaust around. Now you can Tomei, bro. Let's get into the cons as of now. We don't really have a huge con list, but there are a few to mention in my opinion. When you're thinking of buying the Tomei. So first up would have to be the price, of course. I mean, this is the biggest downfall to the Tomei. If you're wanting to spend about half the cost of some of your 350s and G35s out there, then you've chosen the right exhaust. This exhaust comes in at a hurtful $10.99 MSRP for the Y-pipe back, and $690 for the Y-pipe alone, together equaling a hefty $1,789 MSRP, of course. This is by far the biggest drawback in my opinion, but there are some things to keep in mind when you have a VQ. There are some things to keep in mind. You have VQ Gold technically, and would most likely get a good chunk of your money back if you did not destroy your exhaust over speed bumps like many of you guys do. If you parted with your exhaust hitter on when selling the vehicle. The second con I will mention, and can't say too much on this topic and lightly brushed over it just a bit before, would have to be, I have seen quite a bit of Tomeis, because they're very lightweight and thin material. If you do clap that thing over a speed bump, well, yeah, I see holes and whatnot and see them damaged quite often, and to get titanium welded or fixed is usually quite expensive, because titanium is not cheap in of itself, and the labor is definitely not cheap, and you need special welding materials to weld titanium. So this isn't Tomei's fault. I wouldn't say. It's more of the extreme low guys, and I have seen it happen to the factory stainless exhaust, aftermarket exhaust, and white pipes. It just happens when you're low or you get your exhaust damaged. The last con I'm going to come up with on this exhaust is, I would say, in a way, the muffler is enormous. I mean, it is 6-inch diameter, and this is coming right off their website. They list it in millimeters and converted to inches. It is 6 inches in diameter. That is a huge muffler. When it just, I mean, this is the definition of the Folgers coffee cannon. This, you might as well have just stuck a Folgers can in the back of your car. And if you're lowered and you're going uphill, you might damage and scrape that muffler because it is such an extension to the rear of the vehicle. Well, that's my little summary of the pros and cons, as if you give a shit, and you could take it as it is. But I would give my opinion on this exhaust, and I would give it a rating of right at about 7.5 out of 10, given the price, performance, and the looks. It's not exactly the exhaust I have on my vehicle, but I do think it is a great exhaust, and many people do praise this exhaust in the community. It does have a solid sound, and I showed you some sound clips and whatnot of this exhaust. So, I mean, it is a fantastic exhaust to have on your 350Z or G35. You're not putting an eBay exhaust on there. If you have the money to spend to get the Tomei, then I would definitely recommend getting it. It is a fantastic exhaust, and it looks great. And you will most likely get quite a bit of your money back after, if you do decide to part with the exhaust when selling your vehicle and whatnot. I just wish it was a bit more affordable, but I do understand the aspects of such a high demand for this exhaust and the materials used, and Tomei is a fantastic brand. So all in all, it's a great exhaust, and a 7.5 out of 10 would, mostly those points are coming off of price. Other than that, it's a good sounding exhaust. Any straight pipe VQ can be pretty ear piercing, but all in all, that'll be my video. I am hopefully going to be posting the content of my 350Z single turbo built motor here shortly. So if any of you are interested in seeing any of that, please come back and check some of that out. I am going through tuning right now. So, but thanks for coming by and checking out my channel, and hope you guys have a great day. See you later.